So I'm doing the plan for like about a year. And I was inventing it based on trying not to repeat any of my old mistakes and just trying to collect all the best love advice that I'd ever gotten and never followed, and just trying to do something different with my love life instead of just begging for scraps from man to man, right? And something weird was really happening, though. I was having fun dating for the first time. I felt like I had some power and that my vagina had value, and that was really cool, right? But my 2 1/4 was the ickies, and always would be. And kissing Billy was like kissing my brother. It was all just spit and teeth, and I couldn't imagine that going any further. And the Marlboro Man was sweet, but simple, so he didn't really challenge me. Nick was, let's face it, a mime. None of these guys were it. And even though some of them were honest, loving, and willing, none of them had asked to be exclusive with me. And I wasn't in love with any of them. I didn't know what it was, but something had happened to me. While doing the plan, I had suddenly become this self-confident, self-respecting woman with goddess-like superpowers. So whatever it was, now I was ready. I met Earl at a bar. Oh, he was completely not my type. I like my men to come in browns and olives, and he was so pink and blue. But I asked him what he was eating, and he shared his tilapia with me, and we exchanged phone numbers. And when he called, instead of asking me out on a date, he became an energy healing client of mine, which is a subject for an entirely different show. But during our first session, he told me that he hadn't cried in about 15 years, even though he felt sad a lot. He was very honest. And during our second session, I had my hands around his heart chakra, and I could feel this warm, pure, unconditional love passing between us, and we both wept. He was very loving. He always did his homework. He was on time. He was respectful and generous. He was really willing. And all the while, he knew about the plan. I mean, we worked together for about 4 months, and he would pass Keakalaka High in the driveway. He even had lunch with Romeo and I one day. And then it was a few weeks before Christmas, and we decided that our work was done and that it would be our last session. So as he was leaving, he scoops me up, and I hop up to give him a peck on the cheek, and he turns his head, and he gives me a kiss on the lips with just a little bit of that inside lip. It was a brief kiss, and considering all the attention I was getting, it shouldn't have affected me, but it did. It put me into this heat, this psycho-spiritual, sexual sweat that I couldn't shake. And, oh God, I struggled with the moral ambiguity of having feelings for a client. I cannot like Earl. But I did.